Hey guys, welcome to today's video, another market review session with EasyFX. All right, and quickly let's just look at some currency indices together. Then we can also look at some currency pairs together. All right, so first off, we have the chart of DXY, which is the US dollar currency index, and as you can see, I'm expecting some level of bearishness very soon on DXY. All right, see that when we get to see market open, we get to see price push towards the downside from around where we are right now, or we get to see price still move up, which seems quite likely to me though. Um, we get to see price still move up to somewhere around here. This is around 106.496 and 106.208. All right, so in general, I'm watching out for somewhere between where we are right now and there. All right, to get that to get that sell off. All right, on DXY. So I think for the course of this week to be safe, it's safe for us to say we're watching out for DXY to turn bearish quite soon. All right, so now that's clear for DXY. Let's look at BXY, which is the Great British Pound Currency Index, and the opposite is the case here. All right, I'm expecting BXY to gain some strength during the course of this week. All right, very likely I will want to watch out for price to still drop into this zone. This will be my preferred buy zone. All right, this is around 125.95 and 125.20. So I'll be watching out for that possibility to happen during the course of the week. Next up, let's look at AXY, which is the Australian dollar currency index. Give me a minute here. All right, so something similar to what I was saying for I think DXY, right? So I'm watching out for a bearish move, all right, or AXY rather to lose strength, all right, to become bearish. However, this would be my preferred supply zone, all right, this is around 67.10 and 66.91, all right. So I'm watching out for us having the possibility of a sell from that zone specifically, AXY. Um, Next up, let's just look at CXY. Then we'll look at JPY basket, and then we can go into the proper review of indices or sorry, of currency pairs rather. All right, and for CXY, I think I'm watching out for itself from around here, all right, where price is right now. This is between 73.19 and 73.11. All right, so I just want to watch out for that zone to hold, and then we get to see CXY still drop a lot more. So possibly during the course of this week, I'm watching out for CXY to be bearish. All right, hope that is clear for CXY. Last but not the least, for our indices, we'll be looking at JPY basket. I think I remember talking about the fact that I've been saying it for quite some time. All right, I'm very bearish on JPY basket, and I think we'll still be seeing that happen quite well during the course of this week. All right, so preferably what I'll be expecting will be for when price opens for us to get a possible shoot back, just a possible bullish move. All right, before we get to see price continue bearish. But overall, my bias on JPY basket would still be for us to be bearish. All right, so I hope that is clear for JPY basket. Now let's go into the commodities that we have outlined for today's market review. All right, so quickly let's look at gold. All right, gold, and what I have here is, let me delete these. Sorry. So for gold, I'll be expecting a very possible buy, all right, on gold when market opens, possibly up to around there's around 2355, that region or so. All right, as you can see, we have a trend line, we have a demand zone that have intersected, and it is very likely for us to get to see that zone hold. All right, so I'm watching out for that to happen. Alternatively, if I don't see the zone holding, then what I'll be expecting will be something towards this end, all right, which would be a break and retest of the trend line in the zone. All right, and then we get to see that sell off. All right, but I think it will still be safe for us to watch out for the possibility of price still moving up, all right, to possibly gather liquidity or fill up these imbalances around these areas. All right, so that'll be my bias currently on gold. All right, so quickly let's look at USD CAD. Give me a minute. Yeah, so for USD CAD, I'll still be bearish. All right, I think in the last two or so market reviews, we've been talking about this zone, and we've seen that price has actually sold massively from that zone. All right, though not exactly a sharp move, but we've been seeing that sell off happening from there. All right, this is about the 70 or so pips, all right, from our entry point, all right, on USD CAD. So I'm watching out for USD CAD to continue bearish at least until here. All right, this is around 1.36493 and 1.36265. I come again, 1.36493 and 1.36265. All right, that'll be my preferred buy zone, or that'll be the zone I'm watching out for buys to happen off of on USD CAD. All right, so I hope that is clear. So possibly if you're looking for scalp trades, you can just look for entries on the lower time frames to enter for a sell off on USD CAD, and then we'll get to see our continuation possibly for a buy, a strong buy as it were, when we get to this zone. All right, so I hope that is clear for USD CAD. Quickly, let's look at GBP. USD. All right, and I think during the course of the last market review, we're talking about this buy. All right, from here on GBP USD, we got to see that happen. All right, not too much. All right, we're going to see some sort of solid moves. All right, on there. Currently, I'll be expecting a buyer from here. All right, this is a pivot, a region that I want to be watching out for right now. This is around. Give me a minute, please. Oh yeah, so this is around. Hey, sorry. This is around 1.25993 and 1.25791. All right, so that'll be my preferred, demand zone I'll be watching out for a buy off of on GBP USD for the meantime. All right. I will be very, very careful with this. However, for me, this is also a possibility. All right, let me just quickly use lines to just highlight that this is also a possibility, though it is quite wide. All right, but it's also a possibility. All right, note that we always give analysis based off of the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame, because we're expecting, all right, these trades to be something that will last throughout the week. All right, we're giving you a weekly outlook. All right, what you can be expecting a certain currency pair or a certain commodity will do throughout the week. All right, so that's why we usually stop around the 4-hour daily or 4-hour time frame. All right, so I'm watching out for the buy to happen. All right, from somewhere around here. So for the meantime, I guess we can just watch out for JPSD to still drop a bit either into this zone, or we get to see it drop into this area. This is around sorry, this is around 1.256 1.256 sorry, 1.256 25, I guess, and around 1.25105 or so. All right, so I'm watching out for the possibility of either one of those zones holding off for our buy on GBP USD. All right, so I hope that is clear. Quickly, let's look at GBP JPY now. GBP JPY was one of the trades that shanked us during the course of last week. We're expecting JPY to still drop a bit lower before we got our buy, but we got to see this buy happen from around here. This was around 198.929. 98.363. So we didn't get to see that. He didn't get to our zone for a buy, but we got to see a buy nonetheless. All right. So for the course of this week, however, I'll be watching out for GBP JPY to still continue bullish. All right, to still continue towards the upside. But for a re-entry on this, or for you that you want to get you want to get in on this trade, I would advise for you to wait for a possible, this is already looking like a break already. So I advise for you to wait for something towards this end, a break and retest sort of move. All right, before you enter for your buy on GBP JPY. So possibly on the 30-minute, 15-minute time frames, if you just get to see that happen, then by all means, with your other entry criteria, all right, by all means, go in for the trade. All right, knock on better loads, as they say. All right, so next up, let's look at GBP CAD. And for GBP CAD, this is a zone I am watching out for. At the meantime, all right, at the meantime, I want to possibly see price, still push down into the zone before we get to see our buy. So praying, so something towards this end. All right, this zone is between give me a minute. This is around 1.72033 and 1.71412. 1.72033 and 1.71412. So I'm watching out for the possibility of us still seeing that sell off till that area before we get to see our buy move happen from there. All right, so I hope that's clear for GBP CAD. Let's look at GBP AUD. And GBP AUD, I want to be very watchful on this trade. This is also a risky trade for me. All right, but all the same, I think we would have to go. Is this not an auto? It is. All right. So I think we might have to go possibly to the daily time frame for me to show you what I'm currently seeing. Give me a minute, please. All right, beautiful. So for GBP AUD, all right, this would be my preferred buy zone. This is quite far away actually, but still 1.88264 and 1.87011. I'll come again. 1.88264 and 1.88 and 1.87011. All right, so during the course of the week, I just want to watch out for the possibility of us getting a short buy off of GBP AUD up to somewhere around here. This is around 1.91026. All right, so possibly a buy from where we are right now up to that point, and then we get to see that sell off of GBP AUD. So it's sort of buy to sell to buy. All right, scenario that I'm watching out for to happen on GBP AUD. All right, so I hope that is clear. Also, next up, let's look at USD CHF. Give me a minute, please. I think my internet is a bit slow. All right, so for USD CHF, I'm watching out for a sell-off. Also, on USD CHF during the course of the week, I have a zone that is quite broad. All right, but let me just give you the coordinates. This is around 0.898744 and 0.89312. Let me just confirm that. Yes, so 0.89744 and 0.89312. All right, that'll be my supply zone I'm watching out for to get that sell off, which we are already in. All right, so watching out for sales to happen, when market opens on Sunday evening, all right, or Sunday night. All right, so that'll be my bias on USD CHF. Next up, let's look at AUD USD. All right, AUD USD. I think AUD USD gave us one of our sweetest trades in the course of last week. All right, we got to see this beautiful buy up to around here. All right, so I was watching out for that to still happen now, and I think I was watching out for AUD USD to possibly continue bullish. But I want to watch out for price to still pull down into somewhere around here. All right, so I just have this area marked down like 0.66210. If possible, let me just give a range for that. So around between there and, sorry, I used the trend line, so give me a minute, please. Between there and, yeah, so 0.66002. All right, so between that range, I'm watching out for price to just drop a bit, and then we get to see that push up or the continuation for a buy to happen on AUD, USD. All right, so after that is clear for my bias on AUD USD, we still have quite a few commodities to look at before we call it a session. For Euro USD, all right, something similar. However, on Euro USD, I want to be watchful for the possibility of this zone still holding up. This is around 1.06765 and 1.06371. I just want to watch out here. I want to watch out for if that zone would hold. All right, so possibly we might just get to see that buy happen straight away when we get to see market open on Sunday. All right, so I don't want to be watchful now. This also is quite risky, but you take risks. All right, so I want to be watchful for this. I won't enter as fast at one thing I usually say is be a reactive trader. All right, don't try to predict. All right, try to react. So once you see that market has done this and this and this based on your entry criteria, work based on that. All right, don't just try and jump into any trade anyhow because you've marked out a zone. Markets will take your money and you'll be left without none. All right, so let's just take note of all of that. All right, so this is my bias on Euro USD for the course of the week. Next up, let's look at NZD USD. And for NZD USD, I have two scenarios here that I'll be watching out for the possibility of happening during the course of this week. Scenario one is also getting a bounce off again from this support. This is around 0.60842. All right, so that will be scenario one. So I'll be watching out for a sell. All right, I'm watching out for that drop to still happen on NZD USD. All right, but we either get to see a push up or a rejection from around that 0.60842. Yes, or we get to see price to drop a bit lower into this zone. Yeah, all right, this is between 0.60288 and 0.59951. Right, so that for me will be a preferred buy zone. All right, off of on GBP, sorry, on NZD USD, right, that will be a preferred buy zone for me on NZD USD. So one of these two, any of these two scenarios that I see play out, I'll be watching out for that on NZD USD. All right, so we just have two more pairs we're looking at for the sake of this review. All right, so that'll be AD card, and then we'll look at ADCHF. All right, so AD card gave us something similar last week to what we had on ADC ADUSD. All right, so it shanked us just a little bit. You can see this breakout of our zone. That being said, I just want to watch out for this buy to possibly still happen also on AD card. Now I'm not going to be entering this trade. If at all this trade plays out, I'll not be taking it for too long. All right, so for me this would be scalp trade. All right, so current zone we're looking at is between 0.90810 and 0.90689. Again, 0.90810 and 0.90689. All right, so I'm watching out for that buy from somewhere around there on AUD card. Again, this will be more for a scalp trade. All right, so now that is clear. Let's look at AUDCHF. Yes, that will be the last for this evening. And AUDCHF, so I'm expecting AUDCHF to still drop. All right, I'm expecting it to actually drop a lot more. However, for those of us that will be taking this trade, I want you to be very careful. All right, preferably look for lower time frame entries for you to ride the sell. All right, on AUDCHF currently. All right, so I just want to be very, very watchful for that. I think we've already seen a sort of double top formation on possibly the 1 hour time frame or something around that level. All right, so let's just be watchful for how this will play out. All right, so we'll possibly get to see if you want to take a breakout trade, this might be a very, very nice breakout trade for you to take off. All right, so possibly you can just enter from here. All right, so let's just play around with this. So possibly you can enter from here stop loss can be somewhere around here, and then you can take your profit somewhere around here. So this is just a quick 1:2 or so trade. All right, but all the same, I'll just watch out for a possible re-entry on the lower time frame for EDCHF to ride along on this sell. All right, so thank you very much for joining us for today's market review session. Again, this is EasyFX Academy. Do well to like this video, share this video, comment. All right, if you have any commodities or pairs you look for us to look at together in the next video, do well to drop that. All right, again, we'll be having our live stream on a live trading session on Thursday. All right, so please do well not to miss that. Again, share this video to your friends. There are many people that need, these free trade ideas that we're dishing out here. If you look at the previous video before this one on the channel, all right, you see the result that we had from our last week's market review. Amazing, amazing results. All right, so do well to share to your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a profitable week, guys. Bye.